Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're back in RoadCraft, and as of the start of this episode, we are at 18% completion on Operation Sunken. We've got a side quest to deliver this vehicle, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick. This is one of the search and rescue vehicles. I hope I turn on all my controls here. Gonna try and keep this thing up on the road. And as you see, there are no options, no controls for this vehicle. So I really don't understand what the point of this thing might be, other than it just looks cool. Got quite a few sections of road through here that could use a little bit of sand, get smoothed out. We might work on that later. But I gotta run this over to the river base, which is a base that we have not yet unlocked. I don't know if delivering this vehicle is going to unlock it or not for us. Just took out some fence there. Let's see where we're at. Alright everybody, so ran into a little bit of a problem with my controller. It is supposed to be Bluetooth, and once again it has failed me. So I had to dig out a wire for it, get it plugged in. It is now plugged in and currently working. And we'll see how long this lasts. When I've plugged it in like this in the past, it's not failed. I just hate having a wire running off my controller. There we go, river base should be complete.
Another day, another base. That should help us along nicely, and help the locals out too. That always makes it worthwhile.
Alright, now we're going to run over and take care of this gas tank. Already got a truck out ready to take care of it. Got our old trusty crane cargo truck here. If we can get it out of low gear.
Placement gas tank to restart production over at the concrete plant. The gas station seems like a good place to look for one. Just watch your driving around those gas pumps. They might be a little touchy after the earthquake, and I'm not good with obituaries. If you're still alive after all that, I have an idea to push things along. You could grab the service truck from the gas station and use it to set up another base near the concrete plant.
Wow, we already did that. Thanks for the update. Anyways, don't like it when people try and tell me that I'm going to die. Alright, there we go. We are loaded up. Took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. It was being a little finicky with the little side rails there on the cargo bed.
Great. Now you can restart production at the concrete plant, which means we can recycle concrete slabs. Those will be a real help for repairs and bridges.
And there's where we need to drop it off at. Sorry if y'all miss anything that she says. I'm trying to catch it before she actually starts saying anything, but I also don't want to run the recording just straight through. Makes the editing process quite a bit more difficult. Alright, and that is completed.
Okay, I'm looking at the map. And I think we're going to need a bridge. How about a quick survey of the riverbank on the other side? Find some high ground and check it out. We'll need some solid footing for our heavy machinery to cross.
Let's see where she's talking about. Oh, getting up there might be fun. Alright, let's see. Do we have... Oh, we don't have our little truck out. Construction depot, port, gas station, tunnel base. I guess we're gonna end up using the river base to get out our little Humvee. Can we go through here? Yeah, we can go through there. Alright, see you at the top of the mountain. Alright, up there's the mountain we gotta go up. That soupy trail to go through and then up the mountain. Should be fairly easy once we get past all this soup. Oh, it's fine. That thing's got a snorkel on it. It's a short snorkel, but it's still a snorkel. It wasn't even all that technical. I was expecting it to be a lot more technical than that.
Great. That should work. Looks like we have a few things on the agenda again. First up, establish a route between the workshop and the Sal de Mars quarry. The quarry has a broken pipe system that needs fixing real soon. Second, deliver the pump from the workshop to the La Rose quarry. And while you're there, repair the broken pipe. You'll need a bridge to cross the river to get to the salt mine. So, add that to your to-do list. I've sent you some concrete bridge designs. Just don't get too carried away. But if you do, maybe call it Kelly Bridge. I always dreamt of having something ugly and concrete named after me.
Yeah, I think our dispatcher has some issues. Just trying to get out of this soup and then we'll figure out where we're going to go, what we're going to do next. Alright, we are out of the soup. That's going to take 9 slabs. Oh, we know our crane truck can handle 9 slabs. Just has to drive in reverse to do it. I'm going to go ahead and get 9 slabs, which that's actually what we have. Actually, I'm going to grab some of this scrap concrete over here, turn it in first, and then we're going to load up 9 slabs and reverse all the way back over there, turn it in, and get that bridge built. So we got a truckload of old busted up concrete. We're going to roll back here into the recycle point. Unstrap. There we go. How much did that give us? 5 concrete slabs. Let's get a little bit more. I don't know if we got any big chunks over here or not. Doesn't really matter. We do have plenty. And we've got 5 in store or 9 in storage, but I'd rather just go ahead and get loaded up with what we can actually replenish, if that makes sense. There we go. Alright, and there you go. As you see, we got 11 concrete slabs that we can produce. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 9 right there. We're going to get these loaded up, then we're going to go build a bridge. Once again, we have overloaded our little truck. We're going to take this overloaded truck all the way down, and we're going to build a bridge. If you guys don't mind shutting the road down for me and meeting me over there. Don't want to have any accidents on the way over. We're making some progress. We're over here hitting some of this old busted concrete. I thought about grabbing some of this, but we ended up not needing it. We still got 2 more pieces in the concrete plant we can have produced before we have to start dumping more in there, along with 9 sitting at our warehouse. This is going to be a bit of a drive, and I'll get there when I get there. Finally made it to our paved road over here. This is the road we built, I believe, in the first episode, or the first episode for this map. And there's our bridge site. Just a little bit further. Back up this hill here. And there we go. I restored the area around that. What does that mean? Oh, we just have to build a route because we already took care of the pipe. Alright, let's see where we got to build the route from. From the workshop, I hope we don't have to build it all the way into the water. That's going to be a pain. Now let's see where we're going to go from. Start plotting. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, that's going to be way too easy. Dispatch some vehicles here. Let's open that one. Deliver object. Okay. Oh, that's the one that's going to be a royal pain, I believe. Yeah, because we got to deliver it right here, which means we have to go down through this mess. So I'm going to break out some vehicles. We're going to do some road repair. And when we're done with that, I'll be back and show you what we got going on.
Quarries. Looks like a figure 8 on the map. Or an infinity symbol if I turn my head. Oh, ew. I must have slept wrong. No head turning for me. Both those quarries are flooded out. At least until we drain them.
Alright, I might have caught that in time. Basically, she was talking about the quarries here behind us. I guess the game thinks that I'm already delivering the package. Not quite yet, because I know there's a pretty significant rut over here. I can get through with the crane truck, but I want to try and get in here with this load of sand and try and fill in one of the gaps. But because of the distance to a quarry, I'm not going to be able to build the road as much as, or build the road up as much as I was wanting to. So we're going to basically just do what we can. And then that happens. And we just lost a whole bunch of sand. That was stupid on my part. I knew that hole was there, and I just drove right into it. Now let's see if we can work our way around the side here without losing any more sand. The game did have an update a few days ago, or a few days prior to the recording of this. It's probably going to be a few weeks for you all before you actually see this. But they apparently fixed the sand dumping issue on this truck. And because it holds so much sand, I wanted to check it out. And there we go. We're bottoming out there on the nose. So we're going to have to dump our sand in that hole right there. And this is going to become a long process. All right, everybody. So just finished loading up this piece of equipment here. I believe it is a pump. I don't remember exactly what they said it was. Pretty sure it's a pump to drain the quarry over here. But I've got a little bit of a road built for us. It's kind of difficult because we didn't have any sand quarries nearby. And I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but there we go. There is also a toy crane or truck there on the middle of that platform. If you look straight above the truck and that little post there, right there, that little red thing, that is another collectible toy. I have no clue how we're going to get to it just yet. Haven't even tried, but we'll start working on that at some point. I might actually wait until we unlock a better crane, because currently this one and then our old rusty crane are the only two cranes that we have. So I'll walk you through some of the work I did. I poured some sand through here. All my vehicles kept high centering. So I poured a little bit of sand there, smoothed it out. If you look down the hill there, you can see where we put quite a bit of sand. See if I can get down there without rolling this thing. So if you remember, these holes right through here were pretty deep. So I poured a few loads of sand down here, and this one was fairly deep on this side. So that's in, smoothed out. There's a really bad rut right here, and we got it smoothed out fairly well. It's still a little bumpy. We could do a lot better on it, but I don't think we're going to be moving a whole lot of equipment through. Still haven't rebuilt the road right here. Part of that's just because of how far away the quarry is. And again, as far as pouring sand through these two areas here, that's all because of how far away the quarry is. Go ahead and lock low gear in. That way we can pull this hill. We did get some sand poured across here. Made a pass with our dozer. Smoothed it out a little bit. It's still, as you see, a little on the bumpy side. And then down here at the bottom of this hill, all these big boulders, they were blocking the road for us. I used our dozer and actually the tractor dump truck to basically bash them out of the way. It was surprisingly pretty effective. So get back in low gear so we make it up this hill here. And take a good look at the pond down there, or the lake, because here shortly it's not going to be there. At least not like looking like that. And I know there's a gate, but I'm going to make my own entrance because I'm special. There's that. Okay, I was expecting somebody to talk to us. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got to confirm it. Don't know if... Yeah, you can see it receding. Look at that. We're going to end up having to get down in there, I bet. There's actually a couple paths down there. But I'm going to start making my way back to the bridge that we built a little bit ago. And then we're going to head over to the other mine. So here we go, crossing our bridge. This is the bridge that we built a little while ago. The one we had to reverse up to. And we're going to head up here to the salt quarry. Actually, let's go ahead and get that tracked. Couple reasons we're going to go ahead and head up here is one, to open up the map a little bit.
I have another side mission. Should you choose to accept, the locals seem hell-bent on keeping all construction blueprints paper only. Luddites. That's a problem because the only ones still in existence are stashed away in the Montville archive. If you find any blueprints, deliver them to the Montville administration. No pressure, but that would really help our rebuilding efforts. There's some old mines in the mountain range that might have more than a few mine carts. If you need a whole lot of scrap metal, check it out. Or if you just like spooky abandoned mines. You won't like this, but we have a serious energy problem. I'm all out of coffee. Also, the railway and the nearby town are suffering an extended brownout. I needed to take a look at the power substation on the north side. Anywho, if you want a safe way inside the mine, you'll need a map. There's one in the flooded village, but it's tucked away inside a safe in the admin building. If you find the safe, haul it over to the workshop down south, and our boys will crack it for you. In the meantime, I'll find some coffee.
Alright, that was a lot of information, and as you see, we're stuck. Engine flooded. I can't find anything to hook our winch to. Looked all the way around. It seems like we could still use our winch even though the engine's dead. But we'll recover that back to the other base here shortly. Got a sand quarry. Just taking a look around. Seeing, oh wow, we've got a huge map. Okay, I didn't think there was that much of this map here. But give me a little bit. I'm going to figure out what we're going to tackle, and we will go from there. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go after the mine plans. I just went ahead and recovered our scout here, our little Humvee. I was going to try and get another vehicle over there, get it rescued. Just seemed like it was going to be a little bit more trouble than what it would be worth. Gotta stop here real quick and just check, make sure of some information there. Wasn't quite sure exactly which direction I needed to go. It's been a while since we've operated over here, so.
Now, all you have to do is find the admin building. At least you don't have to crack the safe yourself. Although if you could, I'd be impressed. And suspicious.
There we go. Over there, so we gotta get over around to the other side there. Not gonna be too bad. Then again, that might be a pretty deep hole right there. And we're gonna drown it again. Yep. Alright. Oh, we found it. So now we can get our other truck in here. We got our cargo truck. We're trying to climb up here into the backside of the administration building. This is actually a route for a scout vehicle. Let's see if I can bump us up here. Nope, not yet. There we go. There's going to be some tight navigating in here just because this thing is a lot longer than any scout. But I think we can do it with this. We put this guy in some pretty tight spots. Took a little bit of looking around to try and figure out where we were supposed to be after I got our scout stuck coming over here. But now that I found this route, I'm pretty sure we are on the correct course. As long as we can get over this rough spot right here. There we go. That's the safe, I believe. There we go. Let's get this thing packed up. The fun part's going to be getting out of here without rolling. And I'm going to try something that's probably not the smartest thing in the world, but I don't know how we pulled that off, but that was awesome. Figure out where this thing goes and how we're going to get it there. It goes over to the workshop. Once we get out of town, that's going to be a fairly easy route. So if we come through here, looks like we can just cut straight back up through here. Alright, let's get on it. Pretty rough in here. I'm glad we're not expected to do a lot of work in here. Unfortunately, I'm sure there's a couple collectibles in here that I may have even driven by. Definitely something I'll be back for. I'm not going to worry about trying to get the collectibles in this episode, or probably while we're on this map. I'll wait until we get some better vehicles unlocked, and then I'll come back. Similar to what I plan on doing with the first map on in this game. How I'd like to come back once we get all the vehicles unlocked and try and really repair some of those roads. I haven't forgotten that that was a plan. And here we come. We're coming up to the warehouse now. There we go. Mine plans for the flood, or from the flooded village.
Great work. And good news, it was an easy safe to crack. They're already done. The mine map shows alternate passages were under construction. At least before the roof collapsed. I wonder if we could reinforce them to get you away inside. Maybe you can check it out. See if it can be done.
Alright, let's see what we got next. Alright, we're going to go after the Montville Archive real quick. I say real quick, it's probably going to take us a minute. We got to get across to the other mine, the salt mine. And that means we got to go across our bridge. So I got to get over that way. And I'll see you all there. And here we go, crossing our big bridge once again. I don't even know if we have a road over here or not. We're coming up on the northwest, or sorry, northeast side of the sand quarry. Across the bridge. And knock over a few trees here. Does look like we have a road over here. Looks like I just got off the side of it a little bit. Let's beat the suspension on this thing up pretty good. Looks like we can go up through there, so I'm going to try and get this thing up there and see if we can't find this town. There she is, folks. There's the town. That's an interesting place to put some benches. Also an interesting little layout they've got. When I first saw it, I thought maybe it was a graveyard. Oh, we got to figure out how to get actually into the town here. Because I've got a feeling if we try and come down here too hot, we're going to end up wrecking. Or getting stuck. Yep. There we go. Are we stuck? No, we can pull out of that. Alright, good. Try this one more time. There we go. There's an actual road. Everybody keep your eyes open for something that looks like an archive. I imagine when we get close to it, it'll highlight. Smart way to do this. And actually, I bet that's it right there. As I was saying though, the smart way to do this would be to use my scout to come in here and actually search for it that way. I can drive over trees, but I can't drive over that sign. Really? Come on now. As I said, I'm pretty sure that's it up there. I'm going to try and get around to that and see if we can't grab it. I think we might be onto something here, folks. Just got to get this beast straightened out. This is what I get for trying to use a cargo crane truck instead of a scout. Alright, let me clear this debris right here so we can get up here. Alright, I think we got it cleared enough that we can make access. We're going to try to anyways. We got the big stuff out of the way. A couple pieces of concrete, some fence. There we go. We're making it. Well, I think I know what's going on. Our bed is hung up. The bed is too long to make it up there, so we're going to try and back up there. And if you're hearing a lot of background noise coming across my mic, I do apologize. We've got another thunderstorm going on outside, and I'm in a camper, so it gets pretty loud in here. Oh, almost lost it. There we go. Using our crane as a winch, and it worked. Yeah, the storm outside is easing up a little bit, it sounds like. I'm really not sure. I haven't checked the weather. That's how we're supposed to do that. There we go. Now the only problem is we gotta get back out of here. Which I can definitely think of worse things to have to do than try and drive out of this. I'm actually impressed we were able to retrieve that. No wrecks. Didn't get truly stuck. I believe if you can self-recover, you're not truly stuck. I want to see something here. Well, we've only got 130 meters to go to get this turned in. There we go. Yeah, that did work. Awesome. There we go. Alright, let's go do this one. Check out the power substation. $261 meters. Well, let's go ahead and cut through here real quick. Let's push some trees out of the way. There we go. We made a path. Why do they want us to check out the substation?
getting all sorts of errors from the main power substation. Think that's something you can handle, Hotshot? You'll need to fix the pipes and haul some transformers around. But don't worry, I'll make sure you have the wheels for the job.
Alright, so we've opened up quite a bit more of the map. Definitely looks like there's going to be some stuff going on over here. There is. Production facility, gas station. We did not build that bridge. Means we're going to have to put a bridge in here now at some point. Let's go ahead and plan that. That's pretty good there. So we'll get that taken care of. I'm pretty sure we can come down here and, yeah, we can. So we can pull some of our concrete slabs out here and get that taken care of. Alright folks, well I'm going to wrap it up there. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.